attention, please. I need your eyes on me.
Hello, coding family. We are back again from broken to blessed. Today, we are going to be talking about how to scale your career. So today, I just want to give y'all some tips on how to scale your career, what to think about as far as coding, like going into coding, what specialty do you want to go in? Do you want to get a degree, a college degree, as well as have your certification with AAPC or a HEMA? So let's get into some things. So also I wanted to tell y'all next month I'm going to go live. I want to know some of the questions that y'all may have that you want me to answer. So if you want to drop some of those in the chat, I want to look at them and see if I can address some of those things that y'all would like for me to discuss. Because I do want to do a live. I'm trying to, kind of get out there and talk to y'all a little bit more. So yeah, drop those in the comments. We will be having a Black Friday sale on Etsy. Just to let you know, the products will be on sale on Etsy. I'll drop that in the description box, but we will be having a Black Friday sale on study material. So just to let y'all know that, and the 2026 study guide will be coming out before the year is over. This is going to be a study guide. It's going to have more information in it than the first book, 2025. And y'all know I have the 90-day study guide calendar as well. The hard copy, y'all, will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. So on Etsy, you can either get digital or you can get a hard copy. So the 90-day hard copy has much information, y'all, in it. So I just wanted to let y'all know that. Remember, Black Friday sale on Etsy for study material. So, and we will have some bundled packages also available. If you're looking at wanting to buy something additional, you will get a certain amount off on bundle deals. So just to let y'all know that. Okay, so let's get into it. How to scale your medical coding career. So first of all, let's talk about experience and what the coding field is looking for. So experience wise, the first thing they want you to do is be confident in proficiency in medical coding. The employer wants to see your confidence, right? So that's very important. If y'all go into these interviews and they say, do you have experience? And you're kind of like shifty about it, like, well, I don't know, I'm not sure No, you need to go in knowing that this is something you can do. They're going to train you, but experience does work and it does help. The second thing they want to know is if you have some type of training. So if you went into maybe a class, maybe you've done a medical coding class, that's your opportunity to talk to the supervisor or whoever is interviewing you and say, yes, I do have training. I have training. I've taken a course for 6 months. I went to this particular school, and have your certification, your certificate ready. Because if you've gone to any type of school, and even I give certificates, it's not something that's going to get you more money maybe, but it shows that you put the dedication and you put the first foot forward and you took a course and you passed your CPC or whatever certification it is that you have. So you do have training. You do know how to code. You pass the exam. So this is something that it's helpful to know when you go into the interview, y'all, please do not go in the interview not lacking confidence. When they see you, you need to light up the room. I always say this: you need to show up before you show up. And I mean, your energy is already in the room. So when you walk in there, boom, they know they got a great interviewee. Somebody that is amazing, who's going to be an amazing coder. So you need to be able to show up with confidence because you have the experience. Now, some of you working maybe not in the medical field, I would say if you want to become a coder, I would say you need to start filling out applications in the medical field. If it's in a medical office, if it's not in the hospital, it's okay. But I would say don't wait to start to look for a job. Get in somewhere where you can start to get the experience, because on-the-job training matters. They have to pay you for on-the-job training. Customer service, insurance rep, insurance follow-up, AR rep, anything, medical billing, anything like that, ER registration, working back office, all of that. It's a wide range of the revenue cycle that you can work in. You just need to get your feet in the door. Why? Because this is going to help you to scale your career. You have to start somewhere. And I think some of y'all don't want to start here. You already want to start here. You can't. That's not the way it works, y'all. That's not the way it works. You have to start somewhere and begin to build. And it's okay to build because you're getting the experience. You don't want to be thrown into a position and fired because you don't know what you're doing. Nobody wants that. And the experience is going to help you. So I say that. Begin looking for a job now. If you're certified today, if you are certified and you cannot find a job, you've been filling out applications for coding jobs, they're not calling you back because of your, maybe you feel like you don't have enough experience. First thing I would do is look at my resume. Some folks be doing their own resume. I'm gonna need y'all to stop. I need you to pay to get your resume done. Your resume, which I have. This is a career move. This is not like you applying at Burger King. This is a serious career move that will put you in places where you can travel and work. Come on, y'all. Come on. So put the first foot forward. Make sure that you have a cover sheet. Make sure that your resume is professionally done. All dates are accurate, because when they begin to ask you when did you work here and when did you work here, what you say needs to match up with what's on the resume. So let's make sure that we do that. Also, you need a thank you letter. You need a thank you letter for when you're being interviewed, and once the interview is done, within 24 hours, that supervisor or whoever interviewed you needs to have that thank you letter on their desk or on an email. It needs to be done. That is professional. There again, we're looking at jobs that could change the trajectory of our lives. So treat it as such, right? Treat it as such, y'all. Another thing is I wanted to say, so as far as being strategic about scaling upward in your career, you need to make sure that you make a plan. This is very, very, very important. You need to identify what your goals are. You need to identify if you're at a job that you hate, which a lot of people hate their job, y'all. If you're at a job that you hate, but it's giving you the experience that you need to look at yourself and say, how long should I be here? What do I need to accomplish to move to the next level? So if you're let's say you're ER registration and you've been there 2 years and you're studying to take the CPC exam. You're studying and you say this: I'm going to give myself 6 months to study, take the exam, pass, and then I'm going to start looking for another job. You're already in ER registration. So once you pass, then you say, this is the next level. So next level should be you applying for a CPC job, several jobs, several, and moving to the next level. Okay, what is next after this? Are you going to get a degree? Are you going to get another certification? Y'all, I looked at the AAPC website, and they said that people with 3 certifications are making $80K a year. 3 certifications. That could be CPC, CRC, and CIC. 3 certifications are making $80K a year. Now, let me say this. Since y'all know I have a degree, I have 1 certification and 1 degree, which put me in that tax bracket for over $80K. But I had to make a plan. And at first, I have to be honest with y'all, I didn't know what I was doing. I was all over the place because, like I said, I was going to school for RN. And then I had to cut that short and hurry up and get my degree. But for a while, I just had a degree, and I needed something to kind of push me into the tax bracket where I was able to save money, where I'm able to travel and I can pay all my bills. So those things matter. So let me say this, is that for a medical records specialist in 2024, they were making around $46,000 a year. And after this is AAPC that's saying this, after 31 years of experience, now they're making $83K. Whoever it is that has several years of experience. This is crazy to me, because who's working somewhere for that many years to make $80K? So in my mind, I say to myself that if you want to get in mind how much money you want to make, and then begin to plan how you're going to get there. Not within the next 30 years, within the next 7 to 10 years. Because $80K is something that is reachable. Let me say it again, it is reachable. I got a 4-year degree and my CPC, which put me in the $80K bracket. Okay. When I first got my CPC, when I first received my certification, I passed the exam. The job I was at gave me a bonus of over $10,000. So I say that to say this, is that take the experience piece very seriously. Begin to plan now and be strategic. Like I said, this is not a menial job. This is a job that can catapult you to the next level. So you need to plan now. What certifications do you want? Do you want 3 certifications? Do you want to go back to school and get your degree? What do you want to do? Because you have so much leverage when you figure out what plan you're on. I had to figure it out. Because the bachelor's degree alone wasn't giving me the money that I thought it would. And that's just the honest to God truth. But I had to start in ER registration and work my way up to customer service, then to financial counselor, then to a representative working in orthopedic surgery. I had to work my way up, and it took me some years to do that, but it didn't take me 30 years to do that. But working my way up and building the experience. Was I happy with some of the jobs that I had? No. Y'all, some of these jobs I had were just, it was frustrating, but I was getting the experience. So when an employer asked me, what experience do you have? Customer service, insurance, billing, and coding, insurance follow-up. I know the entire revenue cycle. My job right now, I'm contracted with the government. But when I decide to do my resume over again, it looks really nice to say, I work for the federal government. I coded for the federal government. And so what specialties, if they ask me, what specialties can you code? I can code oncology. I can code cancer patients. I can code urology. All these things are going to go on the resume. That is experience, and they have to pay me for it. So sometimes you're going to have to suck it up and work this job till you get the certification. But if it's giving you experience, then just stick with it, because the time is coming where you're going to be catapulted to that next level. And with that next level will come new financial security. And that's what we're looking for. But be strategic in your planning, your future. And don't let people get you off course. Be focused on what certification you want. Maybe you don't want to go back to school. Maybe you want 3 certifications. Figure out which 3 those are. And let's hit it. And let's go for it. Let's start studying now. If you don't have money to get in a course, if you don't have money to go to school, Etsy has so much study material. I have study material on Etsy. Pick up some books and start reading. Medical terminology, prefixes, suffixes. Get familiar with medical terms. Don't just sit around and wait for God to put it in your lap. He's got me talking to you right now. So I'm telling you, it's time to start. There are no excuses. Excuses ain't nothing but lies. So let's get with it. I lied to myself long enough. I was tired of being broke. I don't know about nobody else. I was talking about me. But I had to get it. Because ain't nobody but me and Jesus up in here. And he was like, I've given you everything you need. Now move. So I'm telling y'all right now, it's time to get up. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Feeling like the world is against you. It probably is. But that does not determine your future. You determine your future. So let's get at it. Let's go for it. So I hope this helped y'all. Just a tidbits of advice. And I appreciate y'all. This is from Broken to Blessed. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.